If you've been on the internet for the last few days or know anyone who lives in Florida, you will know that extraordinary weather events were taking place all over the area just before Hurricane Milton made landfall. Tornadoes were popping up in pretty much every town, and according to an official report by Governor DeSantis, there were at least 126 tornado warnings in the state before Milton hit the coast. And let me tell you, these tornadoes certainly looked out of place in these rather quiet towns.
Look at the top. Oh my God. Never. That is bizarre.
Look at that boat.
Susan, have you ever seen them?
I haven't, no.
No?
That boat's going towards it.
Look at the top, y'all. You can see the water coming down it.
It's not water coming down. That's not how it works. It's wind.
It's wind?
Yeah.
Hey, why does that happen?
I used to know. I don't know anymore.
Y'all, that is so cool. On your birthday, Harrison, your own...
Who's winning the hot dog
Who
contest?
cares? Your own water spout on your birthday. I wish I could call Will and Tara to look in the thing.
You can hang up.
No, I want to video it. It's too cool.
Call Will and Tara.
Look at that.
Jacob, call Will. Look at it. Oh my God.
Oh, Tara's over here.
Oh, Tara is?
Look at that.
It's coming right toward us.
He needs to pick up pipe.
Y'all need to come up here.
Some other very bizarre things were happening in other parts of the state. For instance, water straight up disappeared from Tampa Bay just before the storm.
So this is Tampa Bay. Look at this. All the water has run out of the bay. We just walked over here. Luis is shooting. We're along Bayshore Boulevard. Hopefully you can hear me. The water is gone. So it has been sucked out by Milton, which we suspected was going to happen. Our light's not bright enough to see how far out it goes, but I don't see any water for as far as I can see.
Then there were the purple clouds, which just seemed eerie and completely abnormal during a hurricane. The roads were jammed beyond belief, and for some people, moving simply wasn't an option, unfortunately.
We're in evacuation zone A, apparently. That's the thing. If I could get out, I would, but where are we going? Everything is booked. There's nowhere to, unless you're hopping on a plane and evacuating your family, where is everybody going? I can't go north. Everything's booked. Where am I taking 6 kids and 4 dogs and 3 adults to? I can't go to a hotel. I can't go to a shelter like that. I would have to book like an Airbnb or something. Because I can't afford to do that. We just have to hunker down. Like, that's literally all we can do. And I just feel like we're sitting ducks now. I have 10 fucking ducklings to worry about. So even if they do mandatory evacuation, I don't know where am I supposed to go? We'll be the first zone to evacuate because we're zone A. They already did mandatory evacuation for the beach. Where am I supposed to go?
And that's the truth on the ground that the media will not report and politicians won't understand. No matter how many evacuation orders you give, some citizens simply can't just jump into their cars and leave everything behind on a moment's notice. For these vulnerable citizens, the local authorities issued some really grim guidelines.
The county has issued an evacuation for your area.
Write your name on your arm so we can identify you. We're all talking the same way. Get out of these areas because we can replace your home. We can't replace your life.
Obviously, it's heartbreaking to see parents having to write their names on the arms of their kids, but apparently that's the America we live in today. After what happened in Georgia, North Carolina, and Tennessee, I certainly understand why these guidelines were necessary. Now, this time around, someone was there to wake up Joe so he could address the nation about what he was going to do to help millions of people who are now in the path of one of the worst storms in over 100 years. Let's hear what he had to say.
For the last week, my team has done everything possible to prepare for this storm. I immediately approved emergency declarations in Florida and the Seminole Tribe in Florida. I also surged search and rescue teams, water, food, power generators, ambulances to the region. In my direction, Administrator Criswell will be in the State Emergency Operations Center in Florida tonight. And Kamala and I are going to keep pressure on the companies so prices stay stable on gasoline, flights, and goods people need. Finally, we're teaming up with state and local officials to support impacted communities. I spoke with the Florida Governor DeSantis, with Mayor Tampa Castor, the Tampa Mayor, the Clearwater Mayor, Rector, and the Pinellas County Chairwoman, Peters. I offer them everything we need, everything we have, everything they need. And I made it clear to them they should reach out if there's anything more they need. I gave them my personal phone number here at the White House to contact me directly if that's necessary.
Now, interestingly enough, in this address, he also took the time to deny all of the allegations about weather modification.
Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, a congresswoman of Georgia, is now saying the federal government is literally controlling the weather. We're controlling the weather. It's beyond ridiculous. It's got to stop. In moments like this, there are no red or blue states. There's one United States of America, where neighbors are helping neighbors. Volunteers and first responders are risking everything, including their own lives, to help their fellow Americans. State, local, and federal officials are standing side by side. Let me repeat, no one should make the American people question whether their governments will make sure that this is acting on strikes. They'll be there. We will.
This is huge because this is really the first time a sitting president has ever even acknowledged the fact that people are concerned about weather modification. Up until now, they were acting as if this issue doesn't even exist, so him talking about it is a huge win for all of us. Now, in this address, he was specifically targeting MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's been raising this issue for quite some time now. For instance, in one of her tweets, she wrote, "Everyone keeps asking, who is they?" Well, some of them are listed on NOAA, as well as most of the ways weather can be modified because they are required to report it to the Secretary of Commerce by the Weather Modification Act of 1972. The NOAA government website has a library catalog of 1,026 entries of weather modifications, but that's not all of them. If your home or business or property is damaged or a loved one is killed by their weather modifications, shouldn't you be eligible for compensation? After all, did they ask you if you agreed to our weather being modified? No, they did not. Now, I've already dissected just how they can and have modified weather for the last 60 to 70 years. So if you're interested in seeing that, feel free to watch that video later. However, there are some things that Joe Biden said in his presentation which are simply just not sitting well with me.
I want to thank the governors of all the affected areas over the last couple weeks. Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Tennessee, Virginia. You know, we've been in constant contact, and they've been very thankful and appreciative of the help the federal government is providing. And I'm appreciative of all they're doing as well. I've told them to contact me with anything else they need. We have made available an unprecedented number of assets to deal with this crisis. We're going to continue to do so until the job is done. But now I want to be clear about something. For the last few weeks, there's been a reckless, irresponsible, and relentless promotion of disinformation and outright lies that are disturbing people. It's undermining confidence in the incredible rescue and recovery work that has already been taken and will continue to be taken. And it's harmful to those who need help the most. There's simply no place for this to happen. Former President Trump has led the onslaught of lies. Assertions have been made that property is being confiscated. That's simply not true. They're saying people impacted by these storms will receive $750 in cash and no more. That's simply not true.
Let's start with this incredible recovery effort. I've already shown you videos from locals who are completely in shock at just how unprepared and how ineffective FEMA was. They've also complained about how FEMA is actively confiscating donations made by the local residents. And on top of that, this man has the nerve to mention those $750 checks. The entire world is just laughing at us because we have given $61 billion to Ukraine and a whopping $20 billion to Israel, and yet we're giving our own citizens who are homeless $750 to get their lives back together. Now, as I mentioned in an earlier video, most folks don't even have internet to apply for these. And apparently, even if you do, you probably won't get a penny.
It's literally, what is FEMA? So my daughter, whose house got completely wiped out, she has no flood insurance, meets with a FEMA person, applies for everything she doesn't get the $750 that Kamala says that she's supposed to get, gets approved for $300 for personal items. What is that going to do? That's literally what she got. Her entire first floor is wiped out. We hauled everything off. It's gone. So what is FEMA? And being a mayor,
so they didn't even give her the full $750.
They didn't even give her $750. Denied the $750.
They gave her $300.
They gave her $300. That won't even cover what's in the refrigerator.
And that's coming from a mayor in North Carolina. Folks, the simple fact is that the Biden-Harris administration has completely lost the plot, and they don't even want to accept the realities. We're going to wrap up today's video. Please double check to make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Thank you for watching today's video, and I hope to see you on the next one.